Hey, everybody. Long time no see. It's time to start NXT. Wow. So, yeah, I had a busy weekend in the Marked by Wrestling house. I did not make it home in time for deadline, which we are getting. We're live now with NXT and we're seeing the recap. What a show deadline was. I'll try to give you some quick rapid fire thoughts as we're seeing recaps. Iguana and Ethan Page, fun. I don't want to say predictable, but yeah, Ethan Page, I assumed he was going to win. He did. They had a good time. Um, Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley. I don't know what they're doing with Tatum. Like, I feel like this could lead to some kind of specialty match, maybe. But I swear, man, if they don't put Tatum over in this feud, I don't know what they're doing. And I didn't expect it to be a multiple match feud, but it's going to have to be if they're going to do something with Tatum here. But we'll see. The women's Iron Survivor match was a shocker. Really well done, though. I never would have guessed Kendall Gray to win. She would have been my last pick out of everybody. Um, just, just wild. Absolutely loved it. And also like the way they keep chipping away at Sol Ruka is interesting. Um, like just keep kind of screwing her out of title chances. Um, but Kendall Gray, man, she pulled it off. And listen, Kendall Gray is gonna be the the centerpiece of women's wrestling probably sooner rather than later. But boy, it seemed fast to crown her as Iron Survivor. Um, Speaking of shockers, I guess Oba is sticking around. I'm not particularly mad that Oba, our ruler, is champion again. I was not buying Ricky Saints as a babyface as champion. He just wasn't. It wasn't for me. I wasn't trying to tell anybody else it was a bad idea, but I thought they would do something to have Oba, but Oba not win the title. But here he is. He's back, and now we know why, given the end of the show. But also that means we're getting Oba and Cody this weekend, which I'm really puzzled about how that's going to go. And then we get the men's Iron Survivor match, which I wasn't as invested in as the women going into it. But I tell you what, man, Javon did that thing, and those guys really brought it. And I'm very impressed with all of our the history of these Iron Survivor matches and the way they're able to hit their marks on such a time constrained event. You know, like their timing has to be pitch perfect to be able to pull this stuff off. So major kudos to the men and women in the Iron Survivors. On the one hand, I was really excited that Javon won, and I'm like, oh, Javon and Oba, okay, let's watch it. And then lo and behold, here he is. Tony D is back. He attacks Javon Evans only to stare down Oba Femi. I was saying months ago that Tony D'Angelo should return to be the challenger for Oba Femi when Oba still held the title, because he's the only man to take a title before Ricky Saints. He was the only man to take a title away from Oba Femi. And I don't know why they're bringing him in now when they could have done it before. I'm sure they have reasons. But I also hate for Javon that every time he seems to get in the title picture, he's a third wheel or there's another person involved. It happened with Trick too. But here comes the ruler, man. He's here to kick things off. So I hope they're not telegraphing too much that at New Year's Evil that Javon is going to get screwed over by Tony D'Angelo again and by Oba Femi. But if you want some real lightning fast, super superficial predictions, I see Tony D'Angelo screwing over Javon Evans at New Year's Evil. Then in February or March or something, we get a number one contenders match between Tony and Javon to face Oba at Stand and Deliver. Tony wins it. Tony wins the title at Stand and Deliver, and then Oba probably makes it to the main roster after WrestleMania. That's just my 30,000-foot view guess of how that happens. But Vic Joseph right now going down the list, the short list of two-time men's NXT champions, and that is some rarefied air. Listing Braun Breaker, Shinsuke Nakamura, who else did he said? Trick Williams, and Ciampa, which all of those when they were in NXT were pillars. They were elite. There's two different AEW references in 2 seconds, but whatever. All right, the ruler's talking. Everybody, shh. Mm. Mm. No lies detected. NXT was not the same without the ruler on top. Okay, yep. Rulers reclaimed his title. I'm assuming. Oh yeah, George. People want to see Oba here. I think they want to see him champion. Mm. He says he's done with Ricky Saints. Mm. Oba just called out Cody, and I'm telling you what, man, in his own way, he just cut a Braun Breaker hype level promo. Mm. And Ricky Saints is back. Ricky, move along, Ricky. Go chase down Ethan Page. Go to the speed title. Ricky gonna come out here and pout. Good to see you guys, by the way. Once we get to an ad break, I'll come back and revisit with some of your comments. I appreciate y'all being here, by the way. But we cutting right to the action right here. Ricky coming out to saying he's going to congratulate Obafemi. I don't prefer Ricky to Obo. Ricky gonna cry in the car. There it is, Dossie. I just don't think Ricky was ready for the title scene. All right, Ricky's baby facing. He's saying Obo was the better man. What's up, Shimonica? Godfather. It's all good, brother. All right, here we go. We're getting more interruptions. Javon is here. I say I like the super heavyweight Sophie. I love Javon, and that he's as skinny as I'll get out. All right, crowd popping for Javon winning the Iron Survivor Challenge. Okay. So everybody's calling their shots. Oh, Javon trying to say he ain't trying to wait. He said that at deadline too, backstage. Ooh, Javon's asking for his title shot tonight. But Oba looked like he's shaking off already, though. People are booing Ricky, telling him to beg off and let him get his shot first. Javon said he ain't the future, he's the right now, which is kind of what Oba said to Cody in the opening of this promo. Mm. Javon's feeling himself. Mm. Oba's like, these two titleless guys want to tell me what to do. Ricky's trying to stir the pot. Mm. It's true. Javon's never beat Oba. Oba agrees. Game on. We got an NXT title match tonight. Oba and Javon. Is this going to cash in Javon's Iron Survivor match already in like 3 days? Ooh. Oh boy, man. They're going to burn up that title shot real fast. I will be shocked if Javon wins, because especially because we're not even at Saturday night's main event yet. So would that mean Oba comes into that Cody match with no title if he lost? And that Javon and Leon could come into the match against the tag champions as NXT champion. I don't know, it'd be wild. We're getting a recap of beef between Jordynne Grace and Kelani Jordynne, who are facing off against each other tonight. While we're still getting that video package, I'm just gonna rewind and go back here. Good to see you, Tyrell. Zach, as always, good to see you. Happy National Christmas card today to you as well. Dawsey and George, always here every single time. Yeah, George, I was shocked about Kendall Gray as well, and Tony is back. And yeah, I said what I said about Tatum and Izzy. Who is my favorite Christmas singer? Lockwood. You know what? My favorite, it's not really a singer, but my favorite Christmas album it's old school. It's the soundtrack to Charlie Brown Christmas with the Vince Guaraldi trio. But man, I love just about any Christmas music from, I would say, the 90s and older. I don't not like new stuff, but like, yeah, like I love old Motown Christmas stuff. I love Sinatra, Elvis, Andy Williams, just old classic stuff, like the kind of stuff that they played in Elf, even, in the soundtrack of that, just old classics. And I like Mariah too. I know I didn't mention Mariah because that's kind of what somebody we always talk about at Christmas time with Christmas music, but I like her too. I really do. I love almost all of it. Sophie, I haven't really talked much about the whole Netflix, Paramount, Warner Brothers thing. I will say this: it doesn't matter who buys Warner Brothers, whoever it is among the main suitors, it's going to be trouble for AEW finding a distributor. I just don't think they're producing enough business wise to look. I mean, this is the kind of thing that happened to WCW when the AOL Time Warner merger happened. They didn't even like wrestling, but WCW was already starting to slip business wise, and all of a sudden they didn't have TV anymore, and then they became worthless. Now, I'm sure there's enough places to go, even if they are little small time distributors, that AEW will probably survive somewhere, but I don't think it's going to be upward trajectory for them. I think they got rough roads ahead, depending on who's there. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm excited about Saturday night's main event. So they may drop in the chat sometime tonight, but A&B Convos and myself, Coalition, Thursday night on A&B's channel, we will be giving predictions for Saturday night's main event. And I'm also going to have the next leg of our community chat predictions competition there. So make sure you go to that show and you watch that predictions video so you can enter in for the predictions cup. Dossie is our current community predictions chat champion, our inaugural champion. And so he'll be in the chat as well. I hope he'll be in the chat as well. Make sure, and I'll post it on my channel as well. If you guys don't make it Thursday, but we'll be talking the whole card. It looks like a really fun card. Cena in one of his interviews referred to it as a non-canon event. So like I don't think there's going to be like any titles on the line or anything. I think it's just going to be good wrestling for a couple of hours, and then Cena's last match with Gunther. I'm looking forward to that as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Looking forward to Saturday night's main event. Yeah, Dulcie, TNA versus NXT in a cage on December 18th. Yeah, so the NXT Invaders over on Impact. At least those guys have something to do. They haven't really been on NXT TV in a while. Iron Survivor on the main roster. I'd prefer to keep it on NXT for a while. That's just me, though. I like it being an NXT only thing. It's nice that NXT has their own thing for a little bit that they invented, yeah, I appreciate that. Who do I prefer between the Terror Twins and Black and Vega? Mershisi asks. If you're asking who I'm going to say is going to win the match, I think Rhea tips the scales for the Terror Twins. As a couple, though, I actually do like Alistair and Zelina, though. Let's see. Hello, Danico. Good to see you. Glad you're here as well. Shamanika, I think I said hi. Modfather is here. Yeah, Deadline was quite a show for sure. Javon is this generation's Jeff Hardy, except with a better head on his shoulders for his age. But yeah, it's pretty wild. Nat King Cole, good call. Good call, Lockwood. Absolutely. Yeah, so I do not love them giving us. I mean, I'm going to be in it. I'm going to be in it to win it. To watch Javon and Oba tonight for the title, but between Ricky Saints and Tony D hanging out there somewhere, I'm just not. I'm not optimistic for Javon's chances. Just straight up one-on-one with Oba, he was going to have a mountain to climb. So we got Cody and Becky Lynch both putting over Cena here in this video package, and Punk. All right. So yeah, Gunther and Cena, man. It'll be an interesting match. I think Gunther always brings his A game, and here we have Tatum back from commercial. What do we have here? Oh, Tatum's holding up dolls of the other two boys in the culling. Snap. Tatum's going on the hunt. I like it. I like it. Well, here's the thing, Lockwood, is that Javon could still win because these aren't title matches at Saturday night's main event. They're just exhibition matches. So it's already going to be Cody versus Oba. It's already going to be Bailey versus Soul. It's already going to be AJ and Dragon versus Javon and Leon. Nobody's titles are on the line. It's just straight up banger after banger. So they could switch the title and still have Javon in the tag match, and still give us Cody versus Oba. You could even have that. No, they don't cancel Oba and Cody. No, I don't think so. Not at all. I think we get Oba versus Cody no matter what, barring any kind of emergency. Booker's in the house now, but nevertheless, even though it's doable, I still think that there's just too much stacking up against Javon for him to win this soon right now, coming right off Deadline, with Ricky and Tony having something to do, unless those guys. Well, Ricky wants the title. Oh, Jordynne comes running out and she's hammering Kelani. They fighting in the aisle. Unless Tony wants Oba more than he wants the title. No, Lockwood. I think it's specifically Oba, because I mean that was who they were. That's a good point, because it was the winner of the title match was who was going to face Cody, but it doesn't necessarily mean it will still be the champion. I don't know. Did Oba win the right to face Cody by winning that match, or did he win the right to face Cody by being champion? I don't know. They would have to clear that up, because it's Tuesday and that match is on Saturday, so they would only have SmackDown to clear that up. So I don't know. But yeah, man, if Oba and Ilya, man, I mean, if you put him on SmackDown, that would be wild. All right. Well, Kelani and Jordynne just trading slaps in the middle of the ring. What's up, Chris Wrestling Views? Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Well, I want to be clear again, too. I don't think any of the matches at Saturday night's main event are title matches. So, champion versus champion doesn't mean belt versus belt, just so we're being clear to everybody, who's going to be watching. But yeah, with Saturday's match kind of already being booked, I don't feel like anything's going to change in that before Saturday. Ooh, what a bump by Jordynne. Kelani Jordynne came off the ropes with a drop kick to the knee, and Jordynne Grace just flipped forward. Triple threat cage and New Year's Evil. That wouldn't be bad, Chris Wrestling Views. Here's the thing, Chris Wrestling Views. I wouldn't mind that match either. That could have the capacity to be a lot of fun. The only thing I feel bad for Javon because see you next week, Sophie. Because he can't seem to get a one-on-one title match to save his life. There's always somebody else lingering around. All right, we're going to see Ethan Page later on tonight as well. The show is advertising. Well, 4 matches for Saturday night's main event is not bad when you consider that it's Cena's final match ever. So Cena's match could go longer than anticipated. They're also going to be doing segments during the show, honoring Cena, going back and checking, looking at Cena's career and stuff. So I think we might only get the 4. Just as long as they give Cena, and also let's consider if they learned from the Goldberg incident that there may also be showtime after Cena's match to be broadcast, sort of giving Cena his goodbye as well. They may allot production time for that as well. So I think 4 matches might be all it's going to be. They could add one more match on SmackDown. I mean, they added one more. They started last week. They had 2. And then they've got they added one on Monday, and they could add one more on Friday, possibly. We'll see what happens. Or they could announce one tonight. We'll see. Thursday's a Game Awards, huh? Okay. Resident Evil 9. Interesting. Yeah, I actually just got done with a playthrough of Dispatch this week. I found that to be a really quick game, but a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that. Yeah. Saturday night's main event is going to be much more like a PLE than the old ones because it's not on NBC anymore. So they don't have to abide by broadcast television's commercial break structure. So there'll still probably be a few ads, but I don't think as nearly as many. So I'm looking forward to that. Mark, Dro, I'm not giving any predictions for Saturday. You'll have to come back on Thursday to A and B's channel where we're going to give our predictions in. I'm not giving away any of my predictions just yet. So I'll give them on Thursday. But yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? Is everybody getting in the holiday spirit at all? Is it getting colder where you guys are? It's actually kind of unseasonably warm. Some of the flowers in one of our gardens bloom today. It's 80 degrees here. Just wild for December. Yeah, it probably can go over 2 hours now at this point. I'm assuming it's going to be a 2.5 hour event. That's my guess. Like a B level PLE. All right, putting up the Christmas tree. Oh, yeah. I'm happy to have our Christmas tree up too. We got it put up, I think, the day after Thanksgiving. It was really nice. That's just nice to see on, in the house. It's always a great thing. Still doing some picture-in-picture stuff here. Match still going on between Kelani and Jordynne Grace. Again, coming up tonight, Blake Monroe is scheduled to have an open challenge for the women's North American title. And Shiloh Hill is supposed to debut tonight, too, from LFG with all his creepy stuff. And a really creepy vignette from him at Deadline as well. And Obafemi defending his title against Javon Evans is cashing in his Iron Survivor match tonight. So he's got that going on. Can't wait to cook and watch NFL and NBA games on Christmas to celebrate with the family. Yeah. Christmas Day sports is nice. I'm looking forward to some good snacks and maybe just a nice warm. I'm hoping for a cold day and a nice warm cup of coffee. And looking forward to Christmas. And we are back. Jordynne Grace just wrenching Kelani's leg right over the back of her neck. Do I have a favorite Christmas movie, Dulcie? Well, my favorite Christmas movie, it's hard to say because I enjoy a lot of them. Now, I do really enjoy two very specific Christmas TV specials. I really enjoy Charlie Brown Christmas, but my favorite Christmas special of all time is called Will Vinton's Claymation Christmas. I'm going to date myself here. Some of y'all may not have heard of this, but it features the California Raisins, and it's a bunch of like claymation style music videos set to Christmas carols. Anyway, I really love it. It's been my favorite ever since I was a little boy. That is my favorite Christmas themed thing to watch. Obviously, I still love all the Christmas classics, though. Your Home Alones, your Elf, Christmas Vacation, Die Hard. I even like, Love Actually and The Holiday, and Christmas with the Cranks is really funny to me. Four Christmases. I love them all. A lot of stuff there to watch, though. A lot of good stuff. Oh, man. I only stop at Home Alone 2, though. Just the Macaulay Culkin ones. Polar Express, yes. Grinch, obviously. I didn't even mention Grinch. A Christmas Story. It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, all of them so good. Oh, Cody Rhodes has tweeted that he's going to be watching the main event tonight. And I'll even watch Die Hard as well. I enjoy watching that at Christmas. Man, I can't believe we're getting Oba and Javon tonight, one-on-one. I hope they get a little bit of time. Should be a lot of fun. Wow, like a chaos theory from Jordynne Grace. Only gets 2. She went for a roll-up and bridged right into a German suplex. Was nasty. She straight deadlifted her, man. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, she's gonna tombstone her on the outside of the ring. Reversal. Kelani going for it. Now Jordynne reverses. Now she's got her up on the shoulder and she escapes. Nope. Slam into the stairs is reversed and Kelani gets smacked into the steps instead. Thought we were about to see a tombstone on the floor, but we did not. Jordynne gives a Vader bomb from the steps onto the floor onto Kelani Jordynne. This is awesome chants from the NXT faithful. Jordynne picking up that chair, picking up a chair on the outside of the ring. And she's going into the ring. That's so wild. Oh, whoa. The ref pulls the chair away, and Kelani just straight kicks Jordynne off the steps and into the barricade. The barricade collapses. Back in the ring, 450 from Kelani. That ought to do it. And Kelani pulls one out over Jordynne Grace. Her violence gets the best of her. And Kelani moves on up the rankings. Jordynne tried to give her a little bit of that Vader time. It didn't happen. That was a sick 450 from Kelani. Tell you what, man, Jordynne Grace, she's like the female Javon Evans. Like, she gets close to a title and then just can't get there. Speaking of titles, here's Blake Monroe, our women's North American champion. And that's the open challenges next. Who do y'all think is going to answer the call? Who do you think answers the call tonight in the North American title open challenge? Who's going to take on Blake Monroe? I got to say, there's a part of me that feels like it might be Zarya. I feel like it could be Zarya. And I think the issue with Soul and Zarya may rear its ugly head again. We shall see. We shall see after all. But yeah, so we get that coming back. It's interesting. I'm in the like commercial break, which just has like sort of slideshows of different NXT performers, and they're showing segments of Kelani Jordynne, and it's interesting how much she's changed since she's debuted visually. Like, she just has changed her makeup, I think is all it is. But that has made her stand out, honestly. It's crazy how much a little subtle change can change the entire look of a performer. Oh man. So yeah, we got that going on. And then we had Raw last night. LA Knight looks like he's going to be on the shelf for a minute. Yeah. He took a beating from the Vision, and the Masked Man takes his takes another appearance. Took a chunk out of LA Knight as well, stomping him on the announce table. Hopefully we'll find out who that is at some point soon as well. Curious who that hooded figure might be. Dro, I don't see a question, man. I saw you say Jake Paul's going to lose. I hope he does lose. I'm not into Jake Paul. Not in any capacity. What if it's a jobber, George? Actually, that would be pretty amusing if it ended up just being some enhancement talent, and Blake Monroe is like, as a heel, is sort of making a mockery of the open challenge format. I think that could actually work. I could rock with that for a few weeks. She cuts little promos on them and stuff. And then you could have like a legit performer show up to cause some havoc. I think that could be fun. But that's interesting. I wonder who, like, if it is a legit person, I gotta wonder who it might be. Yeah, Angela, I don't know so much about. Yeah, Logan and Jake are not the best, not the best people, not the best reputations. Although I'll say at least Logan, I feel like, has put in the work to be respected as a professional wrestler, and I do respect him as a professional wrestler. I don't really respect Jake Paul in any of his ventures, but I will say, as far as sort of celebrity or reality star or whatever, influencer turned wrestlers that we've had over the years, Logan has done the work. So I'll credit him that, even if I don't ever want to have him over for dinner. which I can't even say that for Jake Paul because I feel like, his opponents are very carefully picked. And I just am skeptical that he would really last against true competition. Nico, oh yeah, the Usos coming back to the tag division. I have thoughts about that. We'll talk about that soon. Jordynne's upset backstage. Thea Hale is trying to cheer her up, though. I know Joe Hendry ain't about to appear in the women's locker room. Thea Hale is looking to answer the challenge. Okay. That's interesting. The NXT crowd is singing Blake's theme. Or at least the OO part. I mean, Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe could definitely revisit their feud. I don't know why. Now that there's a title involved, hopefully Blake can get through a few challengers first, though, before we go back to a well we've already been to, though. It is a little wild to me that Jordynne Grace was like Knockouts champion and seemed pretty dominant. She can't get any title coming over to WWE. Blake Monroe giving back to the community. Okay. A bunch of ladies are coming out. But and there's Thea Hale. Thea's jumped right in, and she's already got the Kimura on. Blake is tapping, but the bell didn't ring. But the bell didn't ring. This is a hot mess. Blake just rolled out of the ring. She's holding the title. She's surrounded by women. Wait, is that it? We've already cut backstage to Shiloh Hill being interviewed by Kelly Kincaid. So, all right, listen. Never let it be said that I won't criticize bad segments. That wasn't good. It was such a waste. Shiloh putting in a fake tooth. So I guess Shiloh Hill's facing Lexus King in his debut match. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. So if I can recap that for you guys. So Blake Monroe comes out. She cuts her little promo about being generous around the holidays, offering the open challenge. And then a whole host of women come out to answer the challenge. And, Blake sounds a little nervous, like, oh, ladies, I can't take on all of you at once. And she gets jumped from behind by Thea Hale, who slaps a Kimura on her. Blake Monroe taps, but they never announce an actual match. They never rang a bell to start a match. And then Blake escapes when she lets go of the hold. And then she's being taunted and surrounded, still holding the belt, mind you, by all the women who came out. And as you saw, some of them, like Lola Vice was one. Kaylee Armstrong from Evolve was down there. I think Tyra May Steele was down there. So it wasn't like the top of the women's division, other than Lola, that I noticed in that segment. So I didn't like that. And also, like, if that's what happens when somebody has an open challenge, how come that's never happened to Dragunov? How come that never happened to Sami Zayn or Cena? You know? So I don't know. Didn't love that segment. I mean, I like the idea that Blake Monroe thinks of herself as a Dragunov or a Zayn or a Cena when she's, like, character-wise, when she's not. You know what I mean? So I like the idea of an open challenge blowing up in her face, but it was so hastily executed. It was, I don't know, it was just messy. It was just messy. So I didn't love that. Try to do better next week. Even HBK has a misstep or two from time to time. Sometimes Sean falls off the ladder. But you know, it's okay. We're still getting Javon and Oba tonight for the world title. Still supposed to be an appearance from Ethan Page, North American champion. And we're supposed to be getting Lexis King versus Shiloh Hill coming back from the break. So we'll see what NXT brings. I mean, we're not even halfway through the show yet. You know, George, everything happened so fast in that segment. I don't know that Jada Parker wasn't a part of that group of women or not. That they were off camera so fast. And honestly, it looked like the group of women in the locker room who were talking, who were getting ready when Thea Hale went to comfort Jordynne Grace in the locker room. So I think I saw Nikita Lyons and a couple of others back there. So yeah, we'll see what comes of it. But yeah, not the best segment to run off into the break. And I'm interested to see. So Shiloh Hill gets Lexis King coming back from the break. I'm very interested to see, what Shiloh's got in the ring. I don't watch LFG, so I haven't seen what he's capable of just yet. All right, here comes Shiloh Hill. Yeah, Lexis King is has an ongoing beef with TNA, but it would be a weird time to have his debut match. Undertaker tweeting about Shiloh Hill tonight. I want to tell you, Shiloh Hill's entrance music is so generic. It's like Wade Barrett era NXT generic rock. doesn't jive well with the character we've been seeing in vignettes. I don't like that. He should have something more ominous or unsettling. See, now there's a bell ring. And this match has started. Shiloh Hill just driving King to the corners. Yeah, I always want Jake Paul to lose, Dro. Abyssus theme. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, Lockwood. Big chop from Lexus. Oof, big knee from Lexus. Yeah, he does. Big chance for Shiloh. Lexus King stops short, charging into the corner, and then smacks Shiloh. Little flare strut, but he's met with a clothesline out of the corner. Okay, Shiloh just pulled his tooth out. Ew, he just gave it to the ref. Crowd is chanting toothless aggression, which was a catchphrase for Chris Benoit, which I don't love. Big rolling neck breaker. So Shiloh Hill seems to have done like a personality switch where he pulls out the tooth and now it's like Festus when the bell rings. And he's all fired up now. And a big finish from Shiloh. Kind of a back suplex into a neck breaker. Shiloh wins his debut clean over Lexus King. So there you go. He's got some room to grow. He's definitely got some character work down, but yeah, just more reps. Lexus King needs some more reps, but he could do well. Whisper to the Beast, I guess is what they're calling his finish. It's a little wordy, but yeah, he keeps working. Oh, Shiloh just reached into the ref's pocket to grab his tooth back. Okay, for his mouth guard, I guess. Yeah, yeah. It's like when he's wearing his mouth guard, he's goofy, and when he takes it off, he's a monster. We'll see. All right, Ethan Page still rocking his mixed tag belt and his North American belt. We'll be back after these messages. Yeah, so that was an uh, okay debut from Shiloh. Now, Okay. So, oh yeah. So we talked about the Usos, right? Coming back to the tag division, uh, on Raw. I'm happy for it. But I tell you what, I watched that segment from Raw. I think it's the best call because don't look now. But the Raw tag division now has AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, the War Raiders, New Day, and the Usos all in it. I mean, Judgment Day too. But like that, all of a sudden, is a pretty competitive tag division if they actually start booking matches. But I felt like the even though the promo was good from Jimmy and Jay, because when they cut promos together, they're great. But it felt a lot less like a narrative conclusion to have Jay team back with Jimmy again, and more like creative being like, all right, we tried with Jay. He's still over with the crowd, but he's not cut out to be a single star. So we're just putting him back on the tag team shelf. Like we gave it a shot. It ain't working. And that's what that segment felt like to me. Now, thankfully, um, the crowd still loves Jay and Jimmy. Yes, George, bring the Creed brothers back, and that is a tag division that is competitive with SmackDowns from top to bottom. So it just didn't quite hit for me. Like and honestly, I'm happy to see Jay out of the singles competition for a while. If I'm being honest, I think we get the best out of him if he can bring that fan support that he has as a singles wrestler and put it in a rejuvenated tag team with him and Jimmy. I think they'll be over like they were at their highest points. Um, and I think that'll be all right. So I think it'll be okay. I will say I got a big kick out of them just absolutely dropping the New Day and then Grayson while they're being left alone in the ring. And then Grayson looking to his left, his right, and just tries to go, like tries to get them to just play the theme music again. Um, that was a funny comedic bit to me. I got a big kick out of that spot. Um, so yeah, Usos are back together. I think I don't want to go so far as to say all is right in the world, but I think that's a good call. Also, listen, the way somebody was Dawsey have to say? They were like, we lost the singles, so we're back to being a tag team. Not crazy about the reasoning, but yeah, let me put Dawsey's, but I just kind of said it out loud already. But Dawsey's got the best point here. I totally agree with. They were like, we lost the singles, so we're back to being a tag team. Not crazy about the reasoning, but I don't mind them being in the tag division. I think they elevate the tag division by being a part of it. So that's good. Obafemi, we're back being interviewed by Kelly Kincaid. What's up, Rickety? Dude, I love that Oba is not even the slightest bit intimidated by facing Cody Rhodes. Like he has not wavered one bit, and I love that. I love that for him. That's fantastic. I'm very much looking forward to that match on Saturday. Should be a good time had by all. Meanwhile, here comes Ethan Page. All ego Ethan Page, your North American champion and one half of your mixed tag champions with Chelsea Green, But Ethan coming out alone tonight. I don't know what's going to happen. I got to wonder if I got to wonder what's going to happen between Cody and Oba. Again, I'm not making any predictions here tonight because we will have a prediction show on Thursday with A&B combos. What's up, Justin? Welcome to the chat. Hey, Justin, you got here just in time. They announced in the opening segment Javon Evans versus Obafemi for the title tonight. Blake Monroe's open challenge got sabotaged. She got beat up by Thea Hale before the match could even start and ran away. And Shiloh Hill debuted, and he was fine. And Kelani Jordynne beat Jordynne Grace. Yeah, Justin, we were all asking that question if we'll see Tony tonight or Ricky Saints too. Because Ricky also tried to get a rematch, but he deferred to Javon tonight. Yes, the title is on the line tonight. I'm not sure where Ethan's going with this. He's talking about John Cena. Okay, Ethan Page saying he's going to fill the void John Cena leaves when he walks away. Justin, I enjoyed Deadline for the most part. Also, Justin, Tatum Paxley gave an interview backstage and basically said she's going to be hunting down the culling one by one. So make of that what you will. Ethan Page is definitely doing the I've been dominant as this champion and nobody can touch me. So I just wonder what Ethan's getting at or if he's going to be interrupted by someone. Oh, the lights are out. Who's here? Oh, Tony? Is Tony about to drop Ethan Page? Is Tony just going to declare war on all the champions? He's right behind you, dog. Whoa. Jeez, such elevation on that spine buster. Well, now I'm very intrigued in Tony. Like, I thought Tony was dropping Javon to send a message to Obafemi, but now he's just dropped Ethan Page. What is Tony doing? I like this Tony a lot better than Godfather cosplay Tony D. Okay, interesting. Well, Sol Ruka's here. She's walking around backstage. Oh, against Ren Sinclair. Okay, I'm seated for this match. Yeah, Tony is kind of looking like Bane from Batman. He's like, "You merely adopted the mafia gimmick. I was born in it, molded by it." Yeah, I'm very interested um in what we're doing with Tony D. Honestly, that makes me a lot more excited for Javon Evans because Ricky Saints said, he kind of made it seem like he wasn't going to get involved in the title match tonight. And if Tony D has already made his appearance interfering, I Javon might get a straight up chance tonight, man. That could be a thing. We might be onto something, you guys. I'm for this. Okay. So, huh. Yeah, I'm very intrigued by this. Sol Ruka versus Ren Sinclair. I'm so looking forward to this match. I love those two ladies for different reasons. They're great. If we get Javon winning tonight, listen, you guys have been friends and family of the channel since I started at the beginning of the year. I'm not a loud overreactor reaction person, but I will be very surprised. Exactly. We're gonna hit our inner Dumb and Dumber tonight, George. So you're telling me there's a chance? I gotta say, like, the only other thing I could think of, and I want to tell you, I would have the most sour look on my face. I would be so annoyed. It could potentially ruin the show for me if Dark State ruins that main event. That's the only other thing I'm thinking because you just rewound the clock to earlier this year if you do that when Dark State first debuted. You know what I mean? So if you just give us a straight up one-on-one, no interference, honestly, I'll be pleased with the match either way because Oba and Javon can both go, and I will be hyped if Javon is able to take the title off of Oba and Oba still gets to face Cody on Saturday. I do not know how that will change matters. I will say this. Let's just pretend real quick that Javon wins tonight. If Javon wins and he were to face Cody, Cody's winning that match. I just don't believe Javon pulls one. Um, and but if Oba wins or loses tonight, if he gets to face, if he gets to face Cody, I think Oba could beat Cody again. I don't think, assuming it's just an exhibition match, it's not a title match. You know what I mean? Yeah, got to put this one up for Dossie because any chance to talk like Bane is worth it. When NXT is ashes, then you have my permission to die. Oh, that was the worst one. Hold on. I'm going to get it one more time. When NXT is ashes, then you have my permission to die. I feel like a Bond villain when I say it that way, but I'll get back to it. But that's, yeah. Looking at Tony D as Bane now has reinvigorated my excitement for his return. I was already pretty pumped in the first place, but still. They're playing some kind of Christmas music coming back from the break, just surveying the crowd. Oh, speaking of Dark State, here they are. Dion Lennox leaving the rest of the crowd, going to talk to Ava. Oh, these are the remaining Iron Survivors, and Ava is saying we still need a contender for New Year's Evil. Rickardy Joe Joe is now officially with NXT, Rickardy. Ethan is crashing out. All right, so I'm assuming next week fatal four-way match from with the remaining Iron Survivors, Miles Bourne, Dion Lennox, Leon Slater, and Joe Hendry, and the winner of that match will take on the NXT champion at New Year's Evil. Could it be Javon? Kendall Gray, the Iron Survivor, is out here supporting Sol Ruka. Now, is Sol coming out alone, though? Yes, she is. No Zarya. Sol Ruka and Bailey on Saturday, by the way. Should be a lot of fun. Booker T pointing out no knee brace on Sol Ruka, so maybe she's feeling better. Yeah, Kendall Gray winning the Iron Survivor was pretty wild. Wow. Yeah, right, Rickardy. I know CJ is going to be hyped to see Bailey made it on Saturday night's main event. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw that. Crowd chanting for Ren, by the way. Facebuster X Factor there from Sol Ruka. Only two. Oh, Zarya's here, but she's standing in the crowd. Oh, and Sol gets distracted. Only a 2 count on the roll up. And now crucifix pin, only 2. Oh, yeah. Ren is great. I don't think she gets nearly enough credit for what she can do in the ring. I wonder why. Because when they last left Sol and Zarya at Deadline, they seemed like they were on good terms. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Absolutely. Yeah. The facial expressions are huge in selling for sure. Man, big elevation on that drop kick off the second rope from Sol Ruka. Basically, Ren Sinclair has grounded Sol Ruka for most of this match, and then Sol gets a couple of high impact moves off, and they trade back and forth. Listen, don't sell this match short. I mean, Ren and Sol actually have pretty good chemistry in the ring together for having different styles of how they wrestle. They work pretty well together. Their timing is pretty good. Oh, Soul Snatcher. That's probably going to do it. Yeah, Soul just caught her. Poor Ren. Enough high impact moves puts her away. Zarya giving her the golf clap in distance. And of course, I can see Soul winning that match. She's higher up on the card, and she's got that high profile match against Bailey on Saturday. So I get it. Zarya's coming down now. Oh, no. Zarya just leaves. Seemed like she was going to come to the ring to congratulate her, but she just turned around and leaves. And now Soul's jumping the rail and chasing after Zarya. And now here comes Fatal Influence. Oh no. They're coming to see Kendall. Oh gosh. Modfather, you ain't saying nothing wrong there. Oba versus Jacob would be brutal. Could you imagine like Oba, Jacob, Gunther, Drew, like Braun or Bronson, putting all them in an elimination chamber or something? Just talking about reinforced steel. I mean, you would it'd be like that. It'd be like that old video game Rampage where one of you gets to be King Kong and one of you. It's like Godzilla versus Kong, King of the Monsters. Like you just be utter destruction. I'll tell you what, man. This year's War Games was a step in the right direction, but I would love to see, call it the Big E special, a big meaty men slapping meat War Games, like a team of Braun, Bronson, Drew, Brock, and you know what, Logan in there is fine. I'm telling you, man, like if that was one team and you had an equally, you know, heavy, nasty team on the other side, if you had like an Oba, a Fatu, a I don't know, three other guys. Because Cody, Roman, and Punk, you know, they've got the star power, no doubt. But yeah, putting all those guys in there, yeah, this would be nasty work. It's good stuff. The John Cena, by the way, yeah, Chris Van Vliet just dropped an interview with John Cena. He had an episode with Cena dropped today. It's about an hour and a half. It's very, very good. I got to tell y'all, Cena, I think Cena was as transparent with him as he's ever going to be about some of the ways things went this year with his booking. And I thought it was really, really good, if I'm being honest. You just have to, one thing I've come to realize is you have to appreciate perspective in the wrestling business. And I think at the end of the day, John is a good soldier. We've heard that phrase thrown around wrestling a little bit, but I think he always wants to do, speaking of phrases that have been thrown around wrestling, he wants to do, I genuinely believe he wants to do what's best for business. He's not as so self-centered. And so I think he was just agreeable to a lot of things he was booked for this year. But at the same time, he offered input in certain ways. And the heel turn talk was actually really interesting. And I support John's perspective in this, is that he knew, and I agree. Well, he didn't say this. And I might talk about this later at a later date once he's retired. I'm not sure that they ever should have done the heel turn. I think the heel turn was a short-term impact with a long-term failure. Actually, on Twitter one day, I called it a wet fart because it made a lot of noise, but it just made a big mess. And sorry, that was a little gross for some of y'all, but still, I stand by it because it created a big moment, but there was not there was not a satisfactory plan in place to get him truly over as a heel. And I think Cena tried to do the best with it, with what he was given. And so I respect Cena for that. Um, but he's something he said in the interview, which I think he's right. He says it can take up to 2 years to truly get a heel over with what they're doing and stuff. And so one of the reasons he wanted to go with the you get nothing route is he, I think if he had turned heel at any other point in his career, he did have this vision of how he wanted to change things completely about his character and stuff. But he didn't have enough time to allow that to sit with the audience for it to take, you know? Um, Now, I will say this, I appreciate the heel turn just because we got the face turn afterwards. And when he got the face turn, that's when he was in his bag for the rest of this run. But yeah, it is what it is. 2012 would have been the time. Yeah, that absolutely would have been the time. 100%. Oba Jacob Dawkins versus Braun Brunson Drew. Oh, Dawkins, yeah, dude, Dawkins has still got something to work with. Okay, Fatal Influence here talking to Kendall Gray. Ren Sinclair still in the ring with Kendall. Oh, Rickardy, yeah, I think Truth probably benefited the most from the heel turn more than anybody. Maybe Dom too. Because I think Dom proved he can stand in the ring with anybody in this heel turn, in that turn, that run. Sorry, but Truth got his job saved. So I think that trumps everything. JC's just given some disingenuous promo. Listen, 2025, I've grown a ton of respect for JC Jane, but the way she's cutting promos, once she gets to the main roster, she's going to get wutted out of the building. The NXT crowd is too nice. They're not wutting her, but a Raw or SmackDown crowd is going to wut the ever living crap out of her. Justin, that's a good question. Because when Jimmy was talking about Jay losing his world title and losing in the John Cena tournament, he still looked a little chipped about that. I don't really care about anything JC's saying right now. It just seems like the same promo she's been cutting all year. Well, that's not wrong. 2025 was a year of JC Jane. Muted her. It's cold, George. Come on, Father, we got to say. I think when Bianca Io Rhea should go for the U.S. title break. I think you may be right, Mod Father. Chelsea, I thought she's done good stuff with it, but I think it could use a main event level talent like what Becky Lynch did for the IC title. I agree. And JC calling Kendall bootleg Kurt Angle with a ponytail. Mm. Kendall needs some more reps on her promo. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to have Ren be her mouthpiece a little bit and talk for her or help. Okay. Okay, Ren. Yes, Justin. I said this on A&B's channel last night. If you could give me Natty, Maxine, Kendall, and Ren together in a group, that would be dope. Thankfully, somebody threw a punch. It was Fallon. Ren got thrown off to the corner, but she's coming back to help. 3-on-2. They could really use some help. But Ren's holding her own. Oh, she just ate a super kick. Never mind. I'll say this, like Kendall's outnumbered, but if this feud is gonna go, to January for New Year's Evil, they really need to show everybody that, and I guess they kind of are showing us this now, that the only reason JC is gonna be dominant here is because she has the backup, um because they should be showing that Kendall can do whatever she wants wrestling wise with JC, to make her a threat, because she can. Like she could wrestle circles around JC. Oh man, if we had Sonya and Shayna with Natty, oh, that would be absolutely dope. That would have been great. They're finally doing their best main roster character work with Natty, and it's wild that they brought Maxine into it. But you know what? It's cool because she is a teacher, she is a mentor, she is a veteran. So I love that they've done that with Maxine. But yeah, I'd love to see them come down, both of them come down for a cameo one week. Like, could you could do a 6-woman tag? Like you could have Ren. I mean, if you had Natty and Maxine come down, and Natty could be the manager, but she could manage Maxine, Kendall, and Ren versus Fatal Influence for a 6-woman tag. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Mm. So we'll talk about this while they're showing Hank and Tank's Japanese excursion. Who was they won the Noah tag titles while they were there, by the way. Um, Mixed feelings about Oba versus Cody. Yeah, so I think exhibition truly is the name of the game. Like it's gonna be, oh my gosh, Hank and Tank in kimonos, love it. I think we're gonna get to see the best of what he has to offer. Um, I'm not gonna make a prediction, but I wouldn't be surprised if that match ends without a definitive winner. That's all I'm gonna say. More on Thursday for our prediction show with A&B combos. Shamanika, I would love that. I would love for Ren to be involved with Natty and Maxine. Oh, Hank and Tank and OTM. Hank and Tank versus OTM next week. Okay. So there we go. That's Tiffy. Yeah, it's interesting. They keep showing more women in this ad. You know, they revealed Liv Morgan once she came back at Survivor Series, and now Tiffy's in the commercial too. Just it makes me wonder if there's going to be more people coming back. Like I know I read that Bianca's having finger surgery. I think it's so frustrating that just a broken finger is what's keeping her out. You know, listen, all injuries need to be taken seriously, but you know, it feels like the story of Achilles in Greek mythology. Like this, you know, I feel like Bianca's so invulnerable. You know, she's been so invincible for so long, and just a finger is keeping her out of action. I miss her. I can't wait for her to come back at some point when she's ready, of course. Um, but yeah, I wonder when she would be ready, if she could be ready to be back by Mania, and if they would do an ad with her too. That would be pretty wild. Oh my goodness. EST of injury. Oh, just the one. Oh my gosh. I know. I don't whoever wrote the script for that ad should be fired. Having Tiffy say what a work. Like I do not like the proliferation of wrestler terminology being used like on the outside of the product in commercials or in promos or I never ever want to see Cody come out and come out and be like, wow, what a great pop that was, you guys. I don't I'm not mad at the existence of those terms of the vocabulary they have, but I do not love it being used like in the show. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, Liv's return and involvement with Judgment Day is very interesting. Like, clearly, she made her return. She helped Dom win the Intercontinental title back, and she is definitely trying to posit herself as the leader of Judgment Day. And Roxy and Raquel are both kind of like, we've been doing stuff without you. They're not stepping to her, but Liv is also being a little passive aggressive. It's very interesting. She's like, okay, Raquel is going for the title. Well, I guess that means you and me are going to be, bestie tag team champions or whatever. And Roxy's like, oh, okay. And anyway, the uneasiness there is kind of interesting. And also I thought it was notable to see Dom and Finn both like they're kind of in the dark on what's going on because they've been at odds with each other for months, and now they're kind of like, now that Liv's back, they're both just kind of cool with each other. Um, and anyway, yeah, I don't know where that's going, but it has my attention. Oh my gosh, yes, Raquel absolutely dropping Nikki. I was here for that because honestly, Raquel was so effective in that she could have gotten a babyface pop for that because Nikki's promo was so aggravating. All right, we're back. Here comes Blake complaining to Ava. No more open challenge. Okay, so North American title match: Blake Monroe versus Thea Hale next week. Oh, Sol Ruka finally caught up with Zarya, and she found a jacket in between. Oh, hugging it out, but they are in the parking lot. Okay, well, I guess they've made up, and Zarya is slated to be at Saturday night's main event with Sol on Saturday now. So we'll see what happens. So Modfather asking, who do you think is behind the mask? You don't think it's Austin Theory? I don't know. I hope they know who they want it to be. It did seem like last night it seemed like it could have been someone other than Theory last night. I saw a lot of people saying the guy reminded them of Montez Ford, which I would love that. But I just hope they're not black scorpioning us too much. And I hope they know who it is. And I hope they don't drag it along too long. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. At first, I thought it was Theory at Survivor Series. Last night, I felt like it was somebody different. And so now, is it just like, are they, because they're not unmasking, are they just putting random guys like whoever they have there? Are they doing that because they're building to, because they're building to when they want to unveil him, and maybe that person just isn't available yet? You know what I mean? Is it something like that, or is it something different? So I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm along for the ride. And I'll say this, the Vision, both in their main makeup and in their adjacent dealings, have had Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Brock Lesnar, and Drew McIntyre. All top tier people. So if this masked man is going to be someone who is a permanent member of the Vision, it's going to have to be a high profile person. And yeah, Rickardy, if it ends up being Jericho, I got to say that would be an interesting way to bring him in. But I want to say this. I don't want Jericho near those other guys. I'm sorry. I hope Jericho gets his flowers when he decides to come back and he gets his own retirement, stuff and his Legends attention. But I don't need Jericho mentoring Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed. Logan Paul, that might not be a terrible thing, but not the other ones. Not the other ones. I honestly, I would be really interested in seeing Chris Jericho feud with LA Knight whenever LA Knight comes back. I think those promos could be excellent. I think they could battle back and forth, Attitude Era style and promos. I think that would be a lot of fun. And I think those two could work a competent, good match together. I think that would be great. I'm trying to think of who else. There's others. Jericho, depending on how much gas he had left in the tank, could probably have fun with Dragunov too, just for a match or two. But yeah, there's others I'm sure he could work with well. It's time for the main event. We're in commercial break now, but Javon's already made his entrance, so Oba will be coming back here shortly, and we will be rocking with the main event here till the end of the show. What if the Masked Man is working with The Rock? Oh, by the way, speaking of The Rock, congratulations, Dwayne Johnson, for being nominated for Best Actor at the Golden Globes for The Smashing Machine. I never got around to seeing the Smashing Machine, which I'm really disappointed in. I'm gonna have to wait till it hits a streaming service or something like that. But I'm really happy for him because I know he was really aiming for like a legitimized dramatic role. And that's a good recognition of that. And seeing how he performs, I don't know that he'll win the award because, to be honest, he's up against some very dramatic heavy hitters, like I think Ethan Hawke, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jeremy Allen White from The Bear, the guy who played Bruce Springsteen, the guy who played Kerry Von Erich in The Iron Claw. So I just don't think that that's in the cards for Dwayne to win. But I am glad that he got nominated. And because he has reached this echelon of serious award nominations, I think he stays further away from WWE. That's the point I was getting at, Dro. I don't think it'll be The Rock. I don't think we get any more in-ring final boss stuff from Rock. I think that is gone. That's just it's just my opinion. I think we got an unofficial close to that story with Cena. TNA flashback. Ooh. Stacks. International champion. Okay. I'm not familiar with all of TNA's belts outside of the X division and the men and women's titles. But okay, Stacks. Ricky Saints, Tony D'Angelo, Randy Orton, or Ilya, the mask guy. Yeah. The mask guys, I mean, I think that the question you have to ask yourself is whoever's underneath the mask, these two times we've seen them, are they trying to represent the body type of who it's going to be if it's not them themselves? You know what I mean? And if that's the case, it's someone kind of tall and someone kind of slender. So we'll see. Here comes Oba rocking with that belt. Zilla, that would be wild. I got to say, considering that we're getting multiple run-ins without being unmasked, I feel like it's someone we've already seen. But I don't know. Yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm along for the ride. All right, man. Oba and Javon, drop those predictions. It's go time. I just I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I just feel like I think Oba's still gonna win. I don't I these are my two favorite male performers in NXT. I'm rooting for Javon, but I think Oba pulls it out and he goes to Saturday night's main event as champion. But what happens? What happens to Javon after that? Do he and Leon keep tagging together? You know, what do we get? I will say Javon has more pathways to gold right now. Someone pointed that out earlier in the chat. He has more pathways to gold than just this belt. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to lean Oba, but I am rooting for Javon. I want to have my Kate and eat it too. I didn't say I thought he was going to win. I do want him to win. I just hope we get a good match. I'm going to be happy no matter what, I think, as long as it doesn't get screwed up. Vic Joseph finally asking this question. Vic Joseph finally asked the question we've been asking for 2 hours. Will Javon end up facing Cody if he wins? What's so wild was this match was completely unannounced going into tonight. Javon going for that cutter. Oh, no. Oba caught him already. Huge knee. Ooh, man, Javon almost with a quick shock pin. Only two. Just caught him with a knee out of the corner and a very, very close 2 count. Oh, 9-1 in title matches. Man, that's brutal. Ah. Well, the interesting thing here, I just, me too, Rickardy. Oba looks like he knows how to throw hands, man. Um, I just don't. It seems like everybody who we thought would interfere doesn't have a reason to interfere because Deion Lennox is going to get a number one contender shot next week. Dark State, they seem satisfied. Tony D is attacking Ethan Page. Unless Ricky turns heel tonight. But he said he was good, so we'll see. Javon is a Daniel Bryan type guy. Yeah, very much an underdog for sure. Man, just backbreaker to Javon. Man. Yes, indeed. A and B Convos in the house. Been here listening, couldn't comment till now. What's up, everyone? Reminder, the Coalition will be live this Thursday for Saturday night's main event predictions. And remember, you will have a chance to enter in the community chat prediction competition on Thursday. We'll have the link there prepared for you to enter the competition yourself and try to become our next community chat predictions champion. Do you have what it takes to take down Dossie Chatham? Thank you so much, A and B, for being here as we are in mid main event for the NXT title. Obafemi defending against Javon Evans, who said, I'm cashing in my Iron Survivor check right now. I ain't waiting until payday. He went to the check cash in place and got that shot right now. Oba to the outside. Javon got that look in his eye. Is he about to get bouncy? Up to the top. Oh, nope. Up to the apron. Oh, Oba swing and a miss. Super kick. Nope. Ooh. Tried to springboard, but Oba grabbed him by the legs and face planted on the apron. I think Ricky and Tony would join together. I don't know that Tony's got that lone wolf look about him right now. But it would be interesting if Ricky got involved there, though. Wow. Oh, my gosh. Oba's just too much for Javon. Oba tried to Irish whip Javon into the ring apron. He jumped up and springboarded off the rope into a moonsault. Just crazy. But every time he gets up, Oba just swats him down, man. Which, I mean, that is the story that you tell with this kind of match, right? Javon Evans can do amazing things in the ring, but it's just, he is, as Gorilla Monsoon would say back in the day, the irresistible force meets the immovable object. And Obafemi is the immovable object. Oh, man. Speaking of the ruler, speaking of Tony D'Angelo being Bane, I'm telling you, man, Obafemi just doing his work with Javon Evans, just, like, you fight like a younger man. Nothing held back. Admirable. Oh, my goodness. Man, Javon's trying to hang in there. He keeps hanging around, but he's going to have to do something. He's going to have to hit one of those high impact moves and actually land it. And right now, Oba is just too strong. He's left side, strong side, man. He is just too tough. Now, yeah, so we got coming up the pike, like I said, Thursday, A&B Combos on their channel. I'll be joining them to do predictions for Saturday night's main event. We will go over the current 4-match card for John Cena's last event with WWE as an active in-ring competitor. Of course, to recap that card for you, John Cena, his last match it will be against Gunther. Currently, Cody Rhodes will be taking on Oba Femi, the NXT champion. Javon Evans will be teaming with Leon Slater to take on AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. And Sol Ruka, who now will have Zarya with her in her corner, will take on Bailey. So an exciting card all around. Hopefully all those matches get time to actually work. I think it'll be a blast, and they'll have a great time. So make sure you join us all for our predictions on Thursday, and then Saturday night's main event Saturday for that great time to be had, no doubt. Meanwhile, while we're on break here, Oba Femi just doing sit-ups in the ring while Javon is in pain on the ground. Oba doing some heavy taunting right now. Notice at deadline, Oba looked like he was scary when Tony. Oba definitely looked surprised, like he wasn't expecting Tony to show up there. Everybody be like Nico. Hit that like button. Acknowledge the like button. Hit that soul snatcher on the like button. Let's get these likes up. Got to pump up these numbers. Can't be having those rookie numbers here. And make sure you hit that like button and stay a part of the Marked by Wrestling community. All right. Oh, yeah. And Cody has said on social media that he's watching this match, of course. Oba just kind of, I would say toying with Javon, but he's just kind of let him use his energy for him to get back up. Yeah, only 2 people have defeated Oba Femi, Tony D'Angelo and Ricky Saints. All right, so we're coming down to the last 5 minutes or so here, and Javon is still just getting rocked here by Oba, by the ruler. Thank you, Nico. Appreciate your kind words, friend. Oh, Hurricane Rana head scissors takes Oba over the top rope down to the floor. Now Javon trying to fight off Oba. Oh no. Oba's got Javon. Oh, Hurricane Rana to the outside. Out to the floor. Now Javon trying to get to his feet. Oba, oh my gosh. Somebody check on Booker T. Oba Femi just dove over the announce table and missed Javon. And Booker got knocked right out of his chair. The momentum. Oh, Booker just fell down. He just tripped over his feet. I thought he got plastered by Oba. But you got to get Oba back in that ring if you're going to win the title, Javon. Come on. Sorry. Neighborhood mascot in the house for the title match. All right. Oba gets back in the ring. Frog splash. Javon is up. Oh, he's getting up again. Oba still on the mat. Booker T still down. Another frog splash got him in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, only 2. Oh, man. Javon's still going for it. And now what's he going for here? He's trying to throw it. You can't throw hands with Oba, Javon. This is awesome chance from NXT. Oba swinging and missing right now. Trouble in paradise. He's going to have to go for that top rope cutter. Oh, Oba bails to the outside. Javon, big dive, and topples the ruler on the outside. He's got to get him. He's got him back in the ring. Big young OG chance. Up springboard. Oh my gosh. And he just got plastered by Oba. Oop, avalanche. Swing clothesline misses. Oh, German suplex by Javon. Oh no. Oba's woke up. Oh, caught him with a cutter in the middle of the ring. Only 2. 2.9. Javon's firing up. Bouncing rope. Oh my gosh. He just got European uppercut right off the ropes. Only 2. These two are kicking out of everything right now. Big NXT chance. Oh, he's about to launch Javon. Oh, yeah, he gets tossed across the ring. Oba's getting ready for the power bomb. Up. Nope. Oh, cutter. Going up top. Springboard. He got him. 1, 2. Oh, who's interfering? Who is it? Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints. There's the turn. Now Javon getting back in the ring, but Oba's back up now. Nope. No. Javon's not coming back from this. Boom. Oba charging through. Yeah, multiple uppercuts here. Oh, Javon. Javon's always climbing up that hill, man. It's mathematical. 1, 2. Oba retains because of Ricky Saints. I shouldn't have said Ricky needed to be a heel. I feel partially responsible for this. Why, Ricky? All right, so we are getting Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes on Saturday. So now Oba's cutting eyes at Ricky. He ain't taking his eyes off him as he walks by. And Ricky, you ruined NXT. But honestly, he's better as a heel. And Ricky and Javon, that's not a bad program, if I'm being honest. That could be fun. But Javon had that match won. Yeah, he had it. Maybe he can get back up there. We'll see. But I think Oba might have to be dealing with Tony D, though. We'll see what happens. Man, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me for NXT tonight and all the good fun we had. Solid show. Again, building up for a great show next week as well. We'll have title matches next week and a lot more fun and a number one contenders match as well for New Year's Evil. Just hate it for Javon, but like we said earlier, Javon has his hands in multiple title opportunities going around. So his time will come eventually. We'll be there at some point. We'll be there to cheer him on when it happens. I also wonder too if Javon is going to have the stand and deliver moment, like WrestleMania weekend. If Javon will be, the newly crowned champion. I got to wonder if maybe that's where we're going with that, making us earn it, giving him the Sami Zayn, the Daniel Bryan path, to getting there, the Johnny Gargano path, to getting there right to the mountaintop at the peak time. But nevertheless, great show tonight. Thanks for being here. Made great by all of you. I want to remind you again, Thursday night on A&B Combos Wrestling Edition channel, I'll be a guest there as we will be moving along to discuss Saturday night's main event and all that's going to entail. John Cena's last match. So make sure you bring your appetites, bring your predictions as well, because we will have an official prediction form for the community chat coming out on Thursday night for Saturday night's main event. So you guys take care of yourselves and each other, and don't forget to be a mark, because being a mark means you believe. Believing makes wrestling better. And if you disagree, you're just wrong. And it's okay to be wrong sometimes, but don't be afraid to believe when you're watching, because it makes wrestling so much better and more enjoyable for all of us. So I will see all you believers next time, and take care of each other. Have a good week. And I'll see you guys Thursday on A&B Combos and next